Today I'm going to share with you some must-have newborn items if you are expecting twins. If you aren't already overwhelmed by the fact that you're going to be having two babies, all of the gear out there will be sure to make your head spin. My first pregnancy was a twin pregnancy, and I can remember being totally clueless and stunned at all the gear there is out there in babyland. I wasted a lot of money on baby stuff that I didn't need, and having twins first, it's double the loss. But my loss is your gain because I learned a lot and I created this list of must-have twin items that I'll jump into right now. Now, I wasn't going to haul all this stuff either out of storage or from its designated place in my house, and some of it is stuff I wish I would have bought that my friends had great experiences with their twins. So I'll be popping in pictures throughout the video to just show you what I'm talking about. We'll start with feeding items first. So if you're going to be breastfeeding your twins, you're gonna need a good feeding pillow to do so. We have two options here. It's either the My Breast Friend for twins, or there's the Twin Z pillow. I had the My Breast Friend pillow, and I wish I had registered for the Twin Z pillow instead. The My Breast Friend pillow is great if you're gonna be exclusively breastfeeding from the teat at all times. It holds the babies really nicely. It's got a nice flat surface and a little lip up top so that the babies don't roll off. However, if you're not able to figure out feeding from the breast, the pillow is rendered useless. The Twin Z pillow, on the other hand, is what I wish I had gotten. It is a little bit more expensive, but you can breastfeed both babies with this pillow. And if you can't figure out the breastfeeding, it's a great prop that will hold both babies for bottle feeds. While I wasn't able to figure out breastfeeding for my twins, I still wanted to give them the nutrients that are in breast milk, so I invested in a good pump. I used the Medela pump, and I had a great experience with it. If you have insurance, most insurance companies will cover this. When you're about 29 weeks pregnant, you just ask your OB for a prescription for a pump, and then you can call your insurance and they'll send you a pump for free from a variety of brands. Like I said, I chose the Medela and I really loved it. I actually bought a second pump out of my own pocket. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I am a very forgetful person. And there were multiple times that I forgot my pump at the office and had to drive all the way back 30 minutes to work just to pick it up. And it was just easier to buy a second one to keep at home at all times in case I were to ever need it so that I don't explode. And if your insurance doesn't offer a free breast pump, Facebook Market is a great place to buy one used online. There's no reason why you can't use a used breast pump. I know it sounds kind of gross, but truly it's not as dirty as it sounds. I'm not explaining that right. Just trust me. Really, a lot of the items that I talk about on this list, you'll be doing yourself a huge favor if you look on the Facebook Market and buy it used. If you're like me and you had to pump or you have to use formula, then you'll obviously need some bottles to go along with that. My twins liked the Dr. Brown's bottles the most. The mistake I had made is we bought a whole bunch of Avent bottles, and then my twins hated the Avent bottles. So then we tried the Nuke bottles. We bought a whole bunch. The twins hated that. We tried Ma'am, another brand. We wasted a lot of money on bottles before we discovered that the twins really liked the Dr. Brown's. So my recommendation here is don't invest in a whole bottle collection before your twins have even tried it out. Buy a couple bottles in a few brands, or just use the bottles that you get in your free baby registry kits. Figure out what your twins like, and then once you know, buy your bottle assortment from there. Last thing when it comes to feeding is lots and lots of bibs and burp cloths. Babies are messy. On to the next section I'll call adventure. Obviously, you will need 2 car seats when you have 2 babies. We really like our Graco 35 infant car seats. It has the Click Connect technology, so it made shopping for the double stroller, which is next, really easy. The Click Connect works with lots of different strollers. If it doesn't work with the stroller right off the bat, you can usually buy adapters that will make the car seats click in. When you buy some of the more expensive brand car seats, you're kind of putting all your eggs in one basket because some of the fancier brands only click into their own strollers. And if you end up not being happy with your stroller for whatever reason, then you're stuck having to replace not only the stroller, but also the car seats. So Graco's great because it works with so many different strollers. So transition into strollers then. A great double stroller will make your life so much easier as a twin mom. I made the mistake of not doing quite enough research when I was pregnant, and also, I mean, obviously you have to be a certain amount of cost conscious, but I probably should have spent a little bit more money on a really good double stroller because the Juvie Twin Roo is no good. Super unhappy with, and it has a terrible resell. So it's literally just as if I took $150 and lit it on fire. I wish I had started off with the City Select double stroller from Baby Jogger. When the twins were just over a year old, I finally gave in after a year of miserableness with the Juvie Twin Roo, and I bought the City Select double. It was the best buying decision I had ever made in my life. It is by far the nicest stroller on the market, in my opinion. My car seats click in so easily, they come out easily, it folds down really tiny small, it maneuvers so smoothly, I can maneuver it easily with just one hand, whereas the Juvie Twin Roo, it was like I had to put muscle in it to move that stroller. Yes, the City Select double is very expensive. However, I got it used on the Facebook market and it does have a good resale. So it is still expensive on the Facebook market, but the way I see it is when I've used it and I'm done with it, I'll be able to sell it on the Facebook market and get a pretty good penny for it. The third item on the adventure bucket is a baby carrier for your twins. If you're on a budget, you can get a boba wrap. That's what I used and my twins loved it. When they're really small, you can fit both babies into the boba wrap very easily. And then even once they grow up, you can fit one in and then just have two hands free to carry the other. If I had had a little bit more money, I would have loved to get the Weego twin carrier. I have some friends who have it and they love it and they say it's their holy grail twin item. The last item you need when you're on the go with your twins is a great diaper backpack. I made the mistake of getting a diaper bag that I have to sling over one shoulder when I had my twins. And ladies, you need both of your hands and you need to be agile and flexible and mobile when you have twins. You can't be strapped down by a little shoulder bag. You need a backpack. I have a video that I'll link to of the backpack I have now that I absolutely love, but any backpack will do. Just make sure you get a diaper backpack. The next registry category is sleep. I feel like the number one item that all twin moms have for the newborn stage are 2 rock and plays. The rock and plays are pretty cost conscious, which is great when you have to buy 2. And reflux is a little bit more common with twins. Both of my twins actually had really, really bad reflux. So if we had gotten them like a DockATot or even started them off in a regular pack and play, it would have been problematic because if you have kids with reflux, they can't lay flat on their back because the milk comes back up easier. The rock and plays are great for sleeping because it's at a slight incline. So your baby's able to sleep peacefully. The incline helps the gravity keep the milk down and you'll have a better night's sleep. Your baby will have a better night's sleep. Everyone will be happy. While very early on, your twins will probably be sleeping in the rock and plays, I would also suggest either getting 2 pack and plays or 2 cribs. Personal opinion, cribs are useless and they're really expensive and they're only cute in photos. They're not cute in real life. I wish I had saved my $225 per crib and just stuck with the pack and plays that I had anyways. First off, like I said before, your babies aren't going to be sleeping in those giant cribs right off the bat. They'll probably be in a rock and play or bassinet of some sort right next to your bed. By the time they grow into the crib, they'll be rolling all over the place and kicking their little legs, and those slats are the perfect size to get those little legs stuck, and you will be woken up in the middle of the night with a crying baby whose little leg is stuck in between the slats. And I don't know why they manufacture the slats at the space they do. They're little baby trappers. The walls of cribs are also hard, so once your baby starts rolling, surprise, surprise, the baby will roll into the wall and it'll startle them and wake them up. At least my twins, because they were very easily startled. So then you start looking at crib bumpers, and then you read about SIDS, and so you want to get the mesh bumpers, but then the mesh bumpers aren't padded enough for your kids that are rolling and kicking around in their hard-sided crib. And once you finally find something that works on that front, you need to buy those little crib rail protectors, because as your baby starts standing up, they're chewing on the wooden part of their crib, and you don't want them to be eating all that paint stain. So then you put bumpers on that. And then once you finally feel like you got it all figured out, they're crawling out of their crib and you can't keep them in there to save your life anyways. Moral of the story, cribs are really expensive and they're not that convenient when it comes to sleep. They're really just good for Instagram pictures. Pack and plays are great because they take up less space. They have nice mesh, soft sides, so your baby can roll around all over the place and just be cradled in the nice soft pack and play. The pack and plays also, pack up, I guess that's in the name, so you can move them around the house as needed. Just, if you're short on space or money, a pack and play is cost effective, it's space effective, it's just, your baby will sleep better in it. I feel like I lost so much sleep just trying to put my twins in the crib, just because I spent so much money on the cribs that I felt like they needed to use them and sleep in them, when ultimately we all just hated the cribs. The twins hated the cribs, I hated the cribs, no one liked the cribs. Cribs were a waste of money. I hate cribs. $500 down the drain. The next thing in the sleep category is a baby monitor that has 2 cameras. I bought this camera off of Amazon. It's some random brand. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but picture. It's really great, and as your family expands, you can add more cameras to it. I currently have 3 cameras hooked up to my monitor. I have 1 to watch the baby and 1 for each of the twins upstairs. Some other good items to add to your registry are sleep and play jammies. Target has great sleep and play jammies in their Carter's brand, and then also Cat and Jack. I actually like the Cat and Jack ones the most because it has built-in little hand covers for your infant. So newborns have pretty sharp nails. It's kind of scary to cut them. Oftentimes people buy separate little mittens to put on their babies so that they don't scratch their face. But the great thing about the Cat and Jack jammies is that's built into the sleep and play jammies that they offer. So you don't have to worry about the mittens falling off. Your baby's hands can just be nice and covered within the whole bodysuit that they're wearing. If you're looking for some higher end jammies that you're hoping your generous aunt, uncle, mom, grandma, someone else to buy for you, Kiki Pants is a really popular brand. Too expensive for me, I don't own any, but I've given them as gifts and they're just such soft, liquidy, wonderful material. I can imagine it would just be a dream to sleep in. They have really cute designs, but again, out of my budget. If it's out of your budget, maybe just ask someone to gift it to you. The last thing I have in the sleep category are some nice Swaddles or sleep sacks. Again, just like the bottles, all babies have preferences, so don't do what I did and buy a million Halo sleep sacks only to learn that both of your twins hate them. I'd recommend getting a few options from different brands. Just get 1 or 2 of each so that your twins can test it out. And once you figure out what you love, then you can go buy extras if you need them. Next category is bathing and diapering. Finally, something you can just buy one of. You only need one infant tub. When they're so tiny and small, you're not gonna wanna wash them at the same time in separate tubs. You'll need to give your full attention to the one baby who needs to be washed at that time. So one tub is needed, wash one, dry them off, get them dressed, and then start the process over again with the other. Obviously, diapers and wipes are a must-have for any baby, but especially for your twin registry. I personally love Sam's Club diapers and wipes, and it's not like I'm a Sam's Club girl by any means. To be honest, I was kind of a snob when my husband first picked up Sam's Club diapers and wipes. I don't know why. I'm not like royalty or anything, but long story short, they are just the best diapers and wipes. Better than Costco brand, better than Target brand, Walmart brand, any other brand. Really, the only thing that competes with it is Pampers brand, because they are basically the same thing as Pampers diapers and wipes. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same manufacturer. It just doesn't have the Pampers branding. It's lowly Sam's Club branding, but who cares? You're covering their diaper area. With two babies, you're gonna be going through a lot of diapers, so you're gonna want a really good diaper pail. If you're on a budget, you could probably get away with not having a diaper pail, but I personally don't like the smell of poop. I mean, I guess who does? So maybe it isn't essential. I started off with a diaper genie, and I would not recommend a diaper genie. You spend about $1 bajillion on the special bags that you have to use with that diaper pail. And the diaper pail is just this cheap, flimsy plastic that ended up breaking on us after a couple months anyways. What we use now and what has lasted well over a year for us is the UB diaper pail. It's a metal container, so it's very sturdy. It opens easily, and you don't have to buy those super expensive special diaper bags. You can just use your regular basic kitchen trash bag. So even though the actual UB diaper pail is more expensive than the diaper genie pail, you're gonna be saving so much money on not buying those stupid diaper bags by just being able to use your own kitchen trash bags. The last category on this list is play. One of the benefits of being a twin is you get double the toys and double the options. You're definitely gonna want at least one good swing. I recommend the Fisher-Price automatic swing. 2 is a nice to have if you want a complete break, but you can survive with 1. You just feed one baby while one's in the swing, and then they just trade off. You'll also want 1 to 2 activity mats. I got 2 because it was just nice for the twins to have options, and same goes with Exersaucers. I actually feel like 2 Exersaucers is a must-have once they're at the 3 to 4 month mark, so I guess it's not technically newborn anymore, but you'll definitely want 2 jumper Exersaucers. The cool thing with twins is since we have 2 different activity mats and 2 different Exersaucers, and actually we have 2 different swings, they just have a variety. You can figure out what they like, and endless entertainment is in your favor. So there you have it. That is my list of twin must-haves to add to your baby registry, or to just make sure you get before you welcome your beautiful babies to this world. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and click that little notification bell so that you know when I post new videos. I try to post 1 to 2 times a week. And leave a comment down below if there's any other twin must-haves that you think I maybe missed, or if this video helped you in any way. I would just love to hear that I helped another twin mom out there. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.